out with Josh somewhere. Look, Terry's not in his flat and the club's all locked up. What the hell's he playing at?
Slimy toad! How many customers going to get into the shop?
Around the pathway, I suppose.
All right, well, you try doing that with a couple of kids in a pram. If you belt round that corner like something out of Bram's act, it's an accident waiting to happen.
Our Bev's right, you know. We've already had one kid nearly killed on the close.
Just takes one maniac like Max Farnham. Oh, wait? It's going to be like one of those flowers raisers stood here.
How can I save food with all this dust flying around? I'm going to be losing money hand over fist at this rate.
Listen, I'm getting off. I'll see you later.
All right, mate.
Hi, look. Oh, hey, what's going on? Teddy Sullivan's got an hijacked the tunnel. Hey, you haven't seen one, have you? No. What a racket, eh? Jack, what do you reckon to this lot?
I think it's also known as progress theft.
All right, well, you tell that to your customers when the pavers are covered in dust and concrete.
Oh, it's just a bit of building waiting for him in a few weeks.
What, you know what's going on then?
Yeah, Teddy Sullivan's opened the cafe bar. Like it says on the notices, the council put up weeks ago.
I thought she'd have been in a right strop over this lot.
Yeah, me and her. What do you reckon, Bev?
I reckon she'll be laughing on the other side of her face when this lot puts it out of business.
Okay, Dan. Yeah, I suppose this is slightly more exciting than being stuck in bed all day.
Well, how about a shot of caffeine? Liven things up a bit.
Anything's worth a try.
Daniel, who said he could get out of bed?
Mummy's bored stiff up there.
I was talking to your brother. Upstairs now.
Oh, but Mum, they let me out of bed in hospital.
But I can get his duvet if you want.
I said back to bed now.
Do as you're told, please, Dan.
Look, why can't you lie on the sofa? You'll get just as much rest down here.
Because your mother said not.
Your brother is recovering from a very serious accident, in case you've both forgotten.
Of course we haven't.
Then would you mind not interfering, either of you? I'll decide what's best for Daniel.
Hey, I want a word with you.
How long's this going on for, Teddy?
You're the hell hazard you are.
Yeah, and if I get the sack, this is down to you, you know, mate.
Hey, nothing to do with you, Corporal, so button it. Letting women and little kids cross busy roads.
Teddy, I'm trying to sell food in there. If the public health get wind of it, they could close me down. Yeah, and I've lost 30 quid because of this, you know.
If there's an accident, it's down to you.
Look, I'm sorry about the inconvenience, and I know you're all concerned about the effect on your business.
That's right, we are, Tiz. Look, I thought you and me were supposed to be mates.
Of course we are. You don't think I'm likely to do anything to jeopardise your business, do you? I mean, look, just bear with me. It's not going to last forever. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got a meeting with my contractor.
Hey, Teddy!
Cheeky so-and-so.
Yeah, he's not getting off with it that lightly, because I want some answers now.
What are you going to do?
Give Mr. Sullivan something to think about.
Not much to show for all my hard work over the last couple of years.
Oh, don't be silly, darling. Grants is doing really well. Look at the profits you're making now.
Look at the loan repayments.
Come on, Max. Just a piece of paper with facts and figures on. In reality, you've got a thriving business, home of your own.
Yeah, which is mortgaged to the hilt. I mean, to be honest, darling, if Patricia really does insist on claiming 50% of all this lot, then we'll end up with about £2.50 each after we've paid off the loans. I might as well give up now.
That's exactly what you're not going to do. You have to impress on David that the only way his precious daughter is going to see any money at all is if you're in control of Grants.
Yeah, but it's difficult impressing anything on David at the moment. He's been acting like the Scarlet Pimpernel ever since he came back from France.
Go on, Max. You're the one with all the trump cards. Now go tell him that. Go on.
David, have you got a minute? Sorry, Max, no time.
I need to discuss Patricia's letter with you.
No time, things to do.
Yes, but David, it's really important.
Go on, Max. It's up to you. Patricia can't do anything unless you're in full agreement.
Certainly I'm not.
David! Max, I really don't have time for this at the moment, I'm sorry.
Well, I suggest that you make time, because there's no way I'm prepared to sit back and let Patricia take every penny I've got, as well as my children.
My daughter is merely claiming her rightful share of things, as you very well know.
Well, before she goes out and orders a Rolls-Royce, I think, as her financial advisor, you should take a look at this.
Good Lord. What on earth is going on round here, eh? I've no idea.
Oh, well, it didn't take JC long to muscle in on things, did it?
What do you reckon to this lot, then?
Well, I take it Terry's got his planning permission.
He has. And he'll be nicking your customers if he's not careful.
Not if I have anything to do with it. Well, the site notice has been here for a while.
You about it, you didn't mention it.
Max, I have had other things on my mind, you know. I must admit, I had no idea the work was this extensive. I mean, it's going to completely block our right of way.
Good job me and Mick are in charge then, eh?
Are you two coming as well? I want to get this meeting started.
You all right? Yeah, sick of Mum and Dad treat me like a baby.
Got you this to cheer you up.
Thanks, Georgia. I've got loads of stuff to catch up on. Yes. And you're always right to buy them. I really got behind on my fantasy share investments.
A tycoon in the making.
I have to update all my files.
Well, just don't go overdoing it or you get me into trouble.
I can't, can I? I've got to take it easy. I'm going mad stuck in here.
Mum's right, you know, Dan. You need to rest. I don't think you realise how ill you've been.
Yeah, well, I'm loads better now. It's just... everything's changed since... Mum and Dad, they're different.
Yeah, I know. And I'm sorry, Dan. And the accident, I mean, everything that's happened since. It's all my fault. Well, mine and Matt's.
Well, when I saw you and Nat, before I ran out of the house, it's wrong, isn't it?
Yeah. Sometimes even when people really love each other. So yeah, what Nat and I did was wrong.
Why did you do it?
I don't know if I can explain. It's just the way that the way that we feel about each other. We didn't choose for this to happen, Dan. It's like something pulling us together. What are you doing here? I just bought him this. I told you he needs to rest.
Oh, Mum!
Out of here, please, now. We were just talking, for heaven's sake. Now, Georgia.
Oh, Mum, she's not done anything wrong.
You read your magazine. I'll be back in a little while. Don't you ever let me find you in there again.
Mum, you're being totally unreasonable.
It was you, wasn't it? It was you who pushed your brother into this disgusting...
No, it wasn't like that.
I'm warning you, Georgia. You leave him alone. You've already ruined one of my son's lives. I won't let you do the same to Daniel.
Bev?
What's your mother up to, eh, son? Oh, hiya, Jack. What the hell's going on here? The place looks like a bomb site.
Designated war zone, this. Terry Sullivan, public enemy #1. He's had the thumbs up for the cafe bar.
How many businesses does he want?
Mick's called a meeting for the shopkeepers. Even our Jimmy's muscled in.
I thought he was at your Billy's.
Jimmy Mark II. I don't know where the big fella's got to. I've been trying to ring him since last night.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't worry, Jack. He'll turn up. Bad pennies always do.
Yeah, I suppose so. I just don't know why no one's answered the phone, you know. You all right, Josh?
I think he's just feeling a bit off after his jabs. They said down at the clinic he might get a bit of a reaction.
Oh, just feel a bit hot, you know. Oh, Josh, you're that nasty needle, ain't you, eh? Well, he just wants to do something powerful, you know, and let him sleep us off for a bit. I know, babe. Listen, why don't you come with your Auntie Jackie, eh? Hey, I'll get you some sweets. They'll make you feel better, won't they? Hmm?
Well, Auntie Jackie better have him tell Bev. Otherwise it'll be another nail in my coffin.
Covered in dust, just sitting here.
We've got to dig deep because we need to make a new cellar. I mean, that space underneath has been wasted.
And how long's that going to take, Teddy?
Hey, have you seen this? It's full of germs, you know.
I'm going to be telling the council about this, because they take a tough line with noise and dust pollution, you know.
Oh, come on, hold on. I mean, I've listened to all of you. Can I have a say here?
Terry's right, mate. Let him have his say.
Thanks, Bing. Look, I promise we'll keep the nuisance level down to a minimum. The worst of the work should be over in a few weeks.
A few weeks?
I'll be out of business by then.
Yeah, and my boss ain't going to be too happy about this, you know, pal.
Jackie, will you say something?
Seafood special, no one usually.
Thanks.
Thanks a lot.
You don't have a crunchy topping on your pizza.
Look, I know it's a bit of an inconvenience, but it'll be worth it in the long run for all of us.
You go, love. Thanks for putting up with the mess. All be sorted soon. And how do you reckon that's it?
Because of the place I'll be running, which won't be in direct competition with this place or Grant's.
With all due respect, Terry, another eating place in this area is bound to affect my business.
Our business.
Look, I'm going to be catering for a totally different market. I mean, where is there around here if you just want a drink and a snack? I mean, if people want a meal, they go to Grant's. If they wanted carry out, it's all yours, mate.
I sincerely hope you're right.
Well, how about drunks and all kinds hanging about?
Oh, come on, Bev. It's a cafe bar, not a nightclub in Ibiza. Now, if there's nothing else...
Actually, Terry, I'm not at all convinced you can just close off the tunnel like that. As far as I'm aware, it's an officially designated right-of-way. Anyway, I fully intend to pursue the matter.
I think you'll find it's all legal and above board.
Hang on. We haven't finished yet. Will you say something, Jackie? You haven't opened your gob since we got in here.
Well, there's no need with yours working overtime.
Hey, hang on, Jack. We've all got to stick together on this, you know.
Well, surely you don't want Miss Venture to go ahead?
Well, actually, Mr. Farnham, yeah, I do.
But surely all this noise and mess would be particularly disastrous for your business. Anyway, what about all the inconvenience for your customers caused by the loss of the tunnel?
Well, if I thought that, Mr. Crosby wouldn't invest us any money in it.
Nice one, Jack. That'll give them something to think about. Anyway, I'm going to get off. See you later.
All right, see you later. Snidey cow.
You certainly kept that to us,
Ron, do you know what your Jackie's done, eh? What's up? What's wrong with Josh?
I think you handled the proceedings extremely well, Vic, if I may say so.
Oh, thanks, mate.
Yeah, good training for your first governors meeting next week.
Yeah, too right. A few things need sorting out up there and all.
So I take it I can rely on your support for the Save Our Tunnel campaign?
Yeah, defo.
Good, excellent, because I think we've got a real battle on our hands.
Oh, haven't we just? And I think you'd better check those figures that I gave you. I can't see this improving Patricia's position, can you?
Max, look, perhaps we could have a word.
Later, David, if I can find the time.
I told you he shouldn't have had those injections. I mean, will you look at the state of him? He's burning up, and he's got sweets.
He just wants something to bring his temperature down, that's all.
Oh, right, that's what you know, eh? I mean, it could be brain damaged, anything. Oh.
What's up?
Look, Mick, I'm going to have to use your phone. Ring an ambulance.
Oh, Ben, will you stop fussing? He's all right.
Ron, he is ill. He needs to see a doctor.
All right, but no ambulance. Come on, I'll take you myself in the morning.
Yeah, well, be quick, eh? It's an emergency. Ron, will you come on?
All right, so do you think I am Speedy Gonzales?
Daniel's room with him.
Like she's been 100 times before.
I don't believe you, Ollie. You just sit there acting as if everything was completely normal.
You know I have to finish this.
Well, why don't you just leave it? Leave it!
And do what, exactly?
Talk to her. Tell her to leave Daniel alone so she can't corrupt him the way she did Nat.
For God's sake, Belle, stop it! You're behaving like a complete idiot! Look, I'm sorry. But you know, if I thought Georgia had corrupted Nat, she'd be out of here. But she didn't, Belle, any more than he corrupted her. You've got to stop acting like this.
I can't.
You can. We have to find a way of resolving this, otherwise it's going to destroy us. You have to, Belle. What about the medication you were given? Oh, for goodness sake, Belle, you agreed to go to the doctors in the first place. At least take the tranquilizers now he's given them to you. It's just a short course to help you through this.
I can't go through all that again.
So that's it then. Honestly, he'll be fine. We've been sat here for flaming hours.
All of 20 minutes.
Yeah, we haven't even seen a doctor yet. Fobbing us off with some bit of a nurse.
For God's sake, the nurse has given Josh the once-over, hasn't she? Took his temperature and all that. What more do you want, a biopsy?
Oh, this is what we pay our taxes for, eh? A teaspoon of paracetamol, pat on the head, national anthem.
Oh, shut up.
Hey, get off me, will you?
Here's what the nurse said. Josh is not ill.
Oh, of course he's ill. Look at the state of him.
He's just had a perfectly normal reaction to his jabs, that's
I
all.
knew this would happen. This is why I didn't want the doctors sticking the needles in. Ron, you know how I feel about doctors and hospitals and all of that.
Oh, yeah, but it was okay to drag me and Josh down here when it suited you, wasn't it?
Hey,
He's only ill because you went against me wishes. Been left here, be strapped to some bed covered in leeches. Things have moved on since you were a kid, you know.
Yeah, well, I'm not entirely stupid, you know.
Oh, aye? Then how come you don't seem to know what I want out of life, eh? And for Josh. Oh, no. It's like we're on two completely different planets. And yours is stuck back in the dark ages.
Are you still worrying about Daniel?
I'm fine. He's fine.
Poor thing. Just been one problem after another since he moved on to the close.
I'm all right, really.
Is there anything I can do?
I could have lost Daniel that night like I've lost everything else.
No, it's all right. No, it doesn't matter.
I just can't seem to be able to. My whole family's just collapsing around me, and there's nothing I can do about it. Everything is just disintegrating before my eyes.
Why? What happened?
All these months of worrying about Nat and George and what they were trying to hide from us, all the hurt, all the upset, all the lies, and now the whole thing has finally come to an end.
I know how hard it's been for you.
Something terrible's happened, Susanna. You couldn't imagine.
Have they told you what it is?
I wish to God they hadn't.
You made a holy show of me in that hospital.
My son nearly died, and all you're worried about is yourself.
Will you give over about Josh dying? He's had an injection, that's all, not a flaming brain transplant.
You know I didn't want him to have those injections.
Hey, I took Josh for his jabs because I love him, and I don't want to see him coming down with all sorts.
Are you saying I don't?
No, what I'm saying is that you're making a fuss over nothing.
I don't call my son dying or getting brain damage nothing.
What's going on? I've taken Josh down for his jabs. He'd be as right as rain in the morning. If you don't believe me, ask Jackie Corkill.
You are? You've discussed our business with a Corkill.
Jackie Corkill knows what she's on about, Bev. She's had her two vaccinated against every disease known to man. There's nothing wrong with either of them.
That interfering cow put you up to this, didn't she?
Don't be so stupid.
Yes, she did. Well, the nosy bitch won't be sticking her beak into anyone else's business when I've finished with her.
What's all this on? I don't know, son. It's been brewing for a while. You give them everything you have, it's still not enough.
I feel as if I'm just going through the motions. Can't eat, can't sleep.
Well, you've got to try, Belle. You'll make yourself ill.
I don't want to think about it, but the thoughts just keep going round and round in my head. I can't stop them.
Perhaps if you talked about it.
Oh, if you knew how much I wanted to. But I can't tell anyone. Not even you.
You can, Belle. Really. I understand what you're going through. I do. I know all about Nat and Georgia.
Oh, don't come the innocent with me, Florence Nightingale. It's you that got this one to take my Josh for his jabs.
Bev, come on, love.
I think Ron's capable of making his own decisions. He's a big boy now.
I have just wasted hours in that Aussie because of you and your interfering.
I've told you Josh is all right.
My son could have been wired up to some machine fighting for his life because you couldn't keep that out of it.
Now, you hang on a minute,
Right, Bev. Hey! Next time you've got any bright ideas, my family, I'd be grateful if you could keep the gob shut.
Jackie, I'm sorry about that, love.
It's not your fault.
Beginning to wish I'd never gone near that clinic.
Don't seem to have an easy time of it, you and me, do we?
You say that again.
Oh, well. At least you know where Bev is.
Still no sign of Jimmy?
Been ringing all day.
Still. At least if he's not around, he can't give you any hassle, can he?
Oh, poor Ron, eh?
Yeah. Better go before she self-destructs.
So, as you can see by the figures,
The only way that Patricia can benefit financially is if I keep control of France.
And you say Susanna prepared these figures?
Yeah, but that's academic, David, as well you know. The point is, in order to sell the house or the restaurant...
Don't you mean both?
Patricia needs my full cooperation.
Which you're not prepared to give?
Well, quite frankly, David, no. I don't see any sense at all for me to sell the business. It's only of any real value to both of us as a going concern.
I see. Well, perhaps I'd better have a look at the facts and figures in greater depth before I speak to Patsy and her solicitor.
Thank you, David. And perhaps you could pass on my love to my children whilst you're at it. You seem to have easier access to them than me.
Certainly not.
Something else on your mind?
No, it's just that you don't seem to have the slightest interest in Patricia's state of health since the matter of finance reared its ugly head.
If I thought for one moment there was the remotest chance that Patricia was dying, I'd be on the next plane to France, as well you know. But I don't, David. You don't seem to have gone out of your way to offer any reassurance on that subject.
And how, may I ask, you arrive at that conclusion?
Because quite simply, you're not behaving like a man whose daughter is about to die of cancer. Perhaps Patricia could give me a ring if she needs to know anything else.
So, let me get this right. How long have Max and Susanna known what's going on between you two?
A while.
A while? A while? How long's a while? And why didn't you tell me? Us?
Were you telling her that day, when Jules saw you together?
No. I was with her that day. It was because I didn't want her to say anything about me. And...
Wait a minute. You mean they knew before the wedding?
Yes. She saw us together. No.
Saw you?
When?
That was going through a really bad time.
When?
We were in the cottage at the Cotswolds.
Well, that was months ago.
And the wedding? Why didn't they say anything?
I thought Max and Susanna were our friends.
Why on earth didn't they say anything?
Oh, God, Ollie, who have they told? What if they've told everyone round here what these two have been doing between them?
Clark, please.
What about the shop?
Well, I'll just have to wait, won't it? Yeah, it's Ms. McLaughlin of Brookside Close. I'd like to change my son's records, please.
Bev, you can't just shut up the shop every time you feel like it, you know.
Yeah, well, if you got me someone to help, I wouldn't have to, would I?
Yeah, well, like you keep telling me, you're the one who's running the place.
Yes, I'd like anything to do with my son Josh to be addressed to me from now on, please. No, it's Ms. McLaughlin. That's right, yes, so you can take Mr. Dixon's name off his records.
Bev?
Okay, love. Ta-ra.
Bev, can't believe you just did that.
Well, I did. And I'm taking your name off his other records as well. Hospital, dentist, doctor, nursery.
But I'm his dad, you can't just shut me out like that.
Well, I can't trust you. You know I was dead set against these needles, but you just went behind my back.
Yeah, but only because I care about him. I didn't want to see him come down with measles or something.
I'm not saying you don't care about Joshua. I'm just saying you don't seem to care about me. So, in the future, if there's any decision to be made about Josh, I'll be the one to make it.
This is meant to be a day off.
I just have to put these sales figures in. I won't be long, I promise.
No, but I feel as if everybody's watching me.
Oh, don't be silly, Belle. I'm sure the Farnhams have kept everything they know about Nat and Georgia to themselves.
We don't know that, do we? They could have told anyone. Where are you two going?
I'm going to work as soon as I've dropped Nat off at uni.
He said you needed the car.
Well, your father will take you.
Oh, come on, Mum.
Don't you raise your voice to me.
She's only giving him a lift, Belle.
Come on, Nat, we're going to be late.
See you later.
You always take her side, don't you?
Bye.
You've got a nerve showing your face round here.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to put me and your dad out of business.
If you speak to all your customers like that, you don't need any help from me.
Hey, lady, don't get smart with me. Why didn't you tell us you were going in business with Terry over this cafe bar thing?
Because what I do with my money has got nothing to do with you or me, Dad.
It does when it affects your family. I mean, we could be on the street for all you care. And here's another one who likes sneaking behind people's backs. Must run the Dixon family, you're all the same.
Don't start, Bev.
I saw a good business opportunity and I took it. What's so wrong with that?
Nothing at all, love. If you and Terry make a go of that place, you could be set up for life.
And you don't mind?
Of course I don't. I'm dead proud of you.
Oh, thanks, Dad.
Is my daughter going places, or is my daughter going places?
Yeah, back to work, but half a dozen customers sitting there with their tongues hanging out. See ya.
Ta-ra, love.
I'll trust you to take her side.
Bev, I haven't come here to argue, love, okay? And she's me daughter, for crying out loud.
And what about me, like? Don't you care what I think?
I don't believe you. You just spent half the morning wiping me out of our Josh's life, haven't you? And what about my feelings, eh? And anyway, I don't care what you say. He is my son, because I'm the one he calls Dad.
Well, if you're such a family man, why aren't you making plans for us?
We have been over and over this.
You are not Josh's dad. Mike is. But he doesn't want to know. So what happens to us when you're gone, eh? I'll be by myself, so I might as well start learning to cope with it now.
Teddy, listen, mate. This is all I've been doing all morning. Everything is covered in there. I can't serve food in that mess. I've got to follow the hygiene regulations and all that.
Like I said yesterday, Mick, the worst of the mess will be over in a few weeks.
Well, what am I supposed to do until then? I've got a business to run here.
I get me and all, you know.
When them drills are going, I can't hear my phone ring. Never mind what my customers are trying to order.
And I've been handing out cotton wool all morning to the clients for stuff in their ears.
Oh, hey, Julia, you're not having a go at me and all, are you?
No, not me, love, no. I'm being neutered. See, I've got a leg in both camps, like.
Sorry?
Well, you know, with me working with Jackie Dixon and the Farnhams. Oh, hey, a leg in three camps, actually. With me and David Crosby being such close friends as well. Oh, hey, here's someone who's got his leg spread between you all and all. Hiya, Ron. I'm just saying, two of a kind, you and me. Torn between the devil and the deep blue sky.
You what? Julia means all this lot.
Yeah, well, you can leave me out of this one.
Well, your Bev had plenty to say about it yesterday, Ron.
You best talk to her about it then, haven't you?
What's up with him?
Hiya.
Hiya. See you giving the trading post a wide berth, eh?
For a bit, yeah.
Don't blame you, love. Bev's got a right gob on her after yesterday.
She'll get over it, Ron.
I don't know, Jack. Me and Bev used to get on great, you know, but lately we're just...
Look at you two, thick as thieves.
Listen, love, if you need someone to talk to,
You don't want to be bothering with all my problems, love.
well, you've listened to me moaning on enough, haven't you? Anyway, What a mate's for.
Yeah. Thanks, Jack. At least I know somebody around here speaks my language, eh?
Hetty Wainthropp, investigate.
Hiya, love. I thought I'd just come and see how your Daniel's doing.
He's on the mend, thanks.
Oh, which is more than can be said for poor Max Farnham. Seeing your lad under the wheels of his strobe like that. Oh, in a terrible state he was.
Well, so was my son.
Ah, must have been an awful shock for you. I was only saying to Jackie D the other day, you must be feeling jinxed with all these goings on.
Sorry?
There's your Nat and Georgia with all the problems with their, you know, conjugals. And now you're poor Daniel.
Has Max been talking to you about us?
Oh, aye. The Farnhams are more like family than my bosses. The pair of them tell me everything. Oh, it never just pours when it rains, eh, love? Oh.
I didn't really want me and Deedie to split up, you know, Jack. Not at first. I mean, after you've been married to someone for all them years, it's hard letting go. Giving up everything that's between you.
There's a sort of safety in knowing exactly what you've got, isn't there? Even if it is a bit naff.
Then after you gave me that knockback all them years ago, I did try and patch things up with you, you know. I even took it on a second honeymoon to Blackpool. I thought maybe we could start again, you know. Like back in the beginning.
Can't go back, can you?
Tell me about it. Jackie, it was a disaster. It was cold, she was tired. Flaming nightmare. We came back after a couple of days. I've never been back since. Pity, really, because I always enjoyed a trip to Blackpool.
You should go. Your Josh would love it.
Try telling Bev that. She thinks the place is full of old fogies.
You again! Sorry, I can't stop. I'm just on my way to do for Max Farnham. Ta-da.
Mind boggles.
Do you know, me and my mates used to go to Blackpool every year. Used to have some cracking days.
I bet your feet used to ache with pounding up and down the Golden Mile, eh?
And your shoulders burning from lying too long in the sun with some lads.
Isn't it funny, Jack? When you think back, it always seemed to be sunnier then, didn't it? Mind you, the best part was having a look at the lights off the top of a tram with your arm round a bit of skirt you just met.
Oh, I love the lights, you know. We used to go every year, never missed. I haven't been in ages.
They're still on, you know, till the end of the week.
What? The illumination?
Tell you what, shall we go? One last look. Come on, we'll have a laugh.
Ron, I've got work.
We're phoned in sick, Jack. Come on, we'll be there in an hour in the Moby.
Ron, I can't.
Jackie, you can. Come on, love, just for once in your life, live dangerously. Come on, let's go, before it's too late.
And according to Julia Brogan, this family's got some sort of curse on it.
Oh, come on, Belle. You know that woman always talks absolute rubbish.
She knows something. I know she does.
Of course she doesn't.
She cleans for the Farnham. She's there practically every day.
Look, you can't seriously believe that Max Farnham would confide in Julia Brogan.
Yes, she talked about Daniel being frightened and running out in front of a car.
I can't believe that Max would tell Julia.
And about Nat and George's problems, their conjugals. That was the word she used.
Oh, surely he wouldn't.
Yes, he would. I know he's told her. You've got to have a word with him, Ollie, unless you want the whole close to know what's going on between your son and your daughter.
We're going to drink that. I just thought I'd let you know where we're up to in case anyone starts giving you that hard time.
Yeah, well, Bev's already had a go with me this morning.
But we'll just have to try and keep our heads down, eh?
Oh, it's a bit late for that.
Hey, have you seen the state of this lot? And I've gone through all my stock of paracetamol, thanks to you two.
Hey, thanks a lot, Terry. That's another phone order I've lost.
Look, I'm sorry.
That's all you keep saying, but that doesn't pay me wages, does it?
We're driving customers away with this racket.
Well, it's not affecting my business. I'm not off my feet.
Ah, the selfish cow. Talk about I'm all right, Jack.
Look, like I've said, we'll all be all right once this work's finished.
Well, what are you going to do till then, eh? This is noise pollution.
Bev's right, you know, Terry.
We could get the council on to you. Stop all this.
I've been to the council. They're the ones who give permission for all this work to go ahead.
And did they give you permission to ruin my stuff?
Look, those notices went up 6 weeks ago, and you've all had letters off the council.
Yeah, all right, mate, but we didn't know it was going to be this much mess, did we?
So what are you going to do about it?
I think it'll all be worth a few bits of dirty linen here and there once my new place is up and running, and we're all reaping the benefits of an expanded consumer market.
I really can't believe you, Max. I mean, Julia Brogan, of all people. Why not just stick a poster up in your window and have done with it? Or better still, set up a hotline. I mean, I can't believe you've gone behind our backs. I haven't said anything. For God's sake, Max. These are my children that we're... Julia.
Oh, are you two still at it? Oh, and they say women can talk.
Not now, not now.
I just suppose you got lots to sort out,
Yes,
eh?
Julia, please.
Oh, well, it's your funeral. Only there's date on the inside of them windows. They haven't seen the light of day for years.
All right, then. All right. Why didn't you tell us, Max? Do you think Susanna have enjoyed being party to this? You've known all this time. Well, unfortunately, yes, but don't think for 1 second we condone what they did. It's unnatural. I don't think you should be condemning them out of hand. You don't know them. Surely you're not defending them. No. Look, I know it's wrong. It kills me to even think about it. But they're our children. I can't just abandon them. It's unnatural. They're brother and sister, for heaven's sake. Can't you try and understand what we're going through? Surely you'd want to take care of your children, no matter what. Well, yes, Max. No. There's no buts, Max. It doesn't work like that. The love you give to your child is unconditional, isn't it? Our family is just about hanging together by a thread. I honestly don't know if we're going to make it. But what I do know is, if this gets out, if anyone else discovers what's been going on between, well, it would completely destroy us.
We must be mad, it's freezing. What are you talking about? This is beautiful, this. Anyway, blows a few cobwebs away, doesn't it, kid, eh?
Oh, I feel like a naughty schoolgirl skiving off.
I'll tell you something, though, love. I haven't had this much fun in years. No, I mean it, Jack. Thanks.
Good way you big soft thing. Oh, hey, Ron. Oh, look at that. It's brilliant.
That's incredible. Hey, this lad knows what he's doing, doesn't he, eh?
Oh, look at the detail in it. Oh, this is great, mate, honest. Oh, wouldn't you love to be able to do something like this, Ron?
Who, me? I can't even draw a straight line.
I loved art at school, you know. It's my favourite subject. Actually, I've been thinking of doing a bit of painting.
I never knew you were into all that.
I'm not really. Jean Crosby was trying to get me into it. You know, when me and Jimmy were in France. She reckoned I should take it up as a hobby. But it made me think, why shouldn't I have a go? Starting with a blank piece of paper and making it just, I don't know, come to life. You don't think I'm daft, do you?
No, I don't. Anyway, I always knew that you had hidden depths.
You try telling my Jimmy that. Oh, it's another world out there, Ron. You know, dead slow and relaxed. Time to just take it all in. Enjoy what you've got. Enjoy life.
Yeah, it's a bit of a forgotten art, that, isn't it?
I could live like that, you know, Ron. You know, at the end of each night, everyone would get together. The whole family would sit round this huge table, the wine flowing like water, and they'd be laughing and eating and talking. I mean, really talking to each other, you know.
A bit like what we're doing now, you mean? Give us 5, what do you mean?
You don't think, though, do you, Ron, when you're in the middle of your own boring little life, that there's all sorts of other lives out there?
Jack, do you ever wonder, love, what would have happened if you and I would have got together when we had the chance?
Sometimes. Especially when Jimmy's up to his usual tricks.
I think we could have made it all, but you know me.
Yeah. You've got Bev now, haven't you? And I've, God help me, got soft lad. Let's leave it like that, eh, love?
No, why? Is there something wrong?
Oh, I hope not. I just haven't seen him since this morning.
Well, I saw him go off in the Moby this morning, but I haven't seen him since. That's all I know.
Okay, tarmac. Jackie?
Look, Bev, have you gone and have another go at me?
Oh, no. It's about your dad.
Why, what's up? It's not his heart again, is it?
No, I just don't know where he is.
Well, what do you mean?
Well, according to Max Farnham, he went off in the Moby hours ago.
So?
So we had this round, didn't we? About Josh and the injections.
And now he's got a cob on with you. Well, I can't say I blame him, Bev.
He never goes anywhere without telling me first, though. I mean, where is he, Jack?
Yeah, thanks, Jules. It's great.
Yeah, I should keep him amused for at least 6 months.
Well, I'm glad you like it.
You have eaten, haven't you, Jules?
Yeah, I have, thanks.
Only we've had ours, but if you want, I could make you some supper.
Oh, honestly, this is fine.
So, how are your parents?
Oh, great. My dad's made up because he's got this contract for Mr. Sullivan's new place on the parade.
Oh, really?
And he said to tell you how sorry they were about Dan's accident. And that's why I'm here, really. I've been dead worried. I didn't know what was going on, especially when my flatmate just disappeared.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Jules. I should have phoned him. I just didn't think.
Yeah, we should have let you know.
But with all the worry about Daniel...
Yeah, but I'm all right now.
George has been helping out, haven't you?
Yeah, I thought Mum could do with a hand.
You're quiet. You pleased to see me?
Yeah, of course I am.
Of course he is, we all are.
Well, this is nice, isn't it?
Steady on, Cal, steady on. Don't want to go hurting yourself, do you?
Can't take another day off work.
I love these old trams, you know.
Bit special, aren't they?
You know, when I was a kid, I used to dream about driving one of these things up and down the front all day.
Oh, you ended up with the Moby?
Yeah. I'll tell you something else, you know, Jack. It's a novelty to be sitting here with a woman without some clown referring to her as my daughter.
We shouldn't go in for cradle snatching then, should you? Hey, what are you saying? I look old enough to be your mother?
No, of course I'm not, no, but... Well, I think people see us more like... Well, more like a normal couple, you know.
Oh, isn't that gorgeous, eh?
Beautiful.
Hey, good shot. Nearly over the rail here.
Well, you shouldn't have had those fish and chips then, should you?
Oh, the candy float.
It's been lovely, Ron.
Yeah, certainly has. But it's nearly over now, eh?
All good things, eh?
Suppose it's time to go home and face the music.
That's going to give you a hard time?
What do you think? Tell you what, though. This time it will have been worth it.
So, back to school on Monday then?
Worse luck.
We've had a pretty rough time of it just lately, haven't you, Dan?
Yeah, it's been worse since my accident, with Mom fussing around me all the time.
She's been dead worried about you. We all have.
Yeah, well, how come you haven't been to see me since I came out of the hospital?
I'm sorry, Dan. But with Nat not ringing or anything.
Yeah, well, now you've been round, you'll come round again.
I hope so. And if it's all right with Nat.
He's always talking about you. I know he really misses you, Jules.
Well, if he misses me that much, he'll be the one to get in touch next time, won't he?
Well, have you tried the snooker room? Are you sure? Okay, love, thanks anyway.
Well?
He hasn't been a Legion for weeks.
So who are you ringing now?
The only place I haven't tried yet. Hello? Is that the General?
Ron, what on earth are we going to do now?
We'll have to do like the fella from the RAC said and find a garage in the morning.
What? What about tonight?
But we'll just have to find a B&B somewhere, won't we?
You mean stay here together?
Well, short of thumbing a lift down the motorway, Jack, I don't know what else we can do.
Ron, you'll never go mad. You stopping out all night?
Tell me about it. It's a good job your Jimmy's in Basingstoke, innit?
Listen, you'll have to ring her. I mean, she could be out of her mind.
Yeah, you're right. Mind you, better make sure I've only got the 110p, eh?
You could have rang me.
I'm sorry.
Poor Dan was really upset. He thinks I've not been bothered about him.
Look, Jules, things have been pretty bad around here, you know, with Dan's accident and everything.
I know how awful it's been for you, but it doesn't take much to pick up a phone. You know how fond I am of Dan.
I'm sorry.
I just want to know what's happening between us. You've not been messing me around, have you?
Of course I haven't.
We've been spending so much time together before all this happened. I was even beginning to think you wanted to try again.
Look, Jules, I said I'm sorry.
I hope so, Nat, because I'm not going to be pushed aside whenever it suits. Easy to forget, I know, but we are still married.
Yeah, I know.
Well, then surely you realise I've a right to know what's going on.
Jack, thanks for coming today, love. It meant a lot.
Oh, it was great, no? I enjoyed every minute of it. Made me feel like a kid again.
Yeah, me and all.
Thanks for winning this for me.
My pleasure. Sure shot Dicko, that's what they call me.
I've got something for you and all.
For me? What is it? Oh, Jack. The very own tram. Thanks, Jack. Jackie.
You can run, but can you avoid a former Soviet spy, an SAS-trained soldier, or an IX flying squad officer? That's the challenge in television's newest and toughest adventure show, Wanted. Next on 4.
Hiya, love.
Managed to drag yourself away from your little holiday, then?
Look, Bev, I'm sorry. I didn't plan on staying out all night.
I wasn't aware you had any plans at all.
No, I didn't.
Ron, are you going senile? I mean, when I asked you to go and do some shopping for me, I didn't expect you to go all the way to Blackpool.
I know.
I was out of my mind with worry. I mean, me and your Jackie had you dead and buried 3 times.
I did ring, though, didn't I?
Right. With 110 pence, and all I get is 30 seconds of gibberish.
Yeah, but, I mean, you know, at least you did know I was all right, didn't you?
Yeah, after I'd spent hours ringing round everyone. Ron, I thought he'd had another heart attack.
I'm sorry, love. I just didn't think.
Yeah, well, that's obvious, isn't it? I mean, if you wanted to see the lights, why didn't you wait till the weekend, eh? Me and Josh could have come with you.
Oh, no, come on, love. I've asked you to go loads of times before, haven't I? You've always said no.
Yeah, well, at least give us the chance to say no.
Off out somewhere, are you?
What? Where have you been all night?
Don't try and wriggle out of it. I asked you where you're going.
Just off to work.
Dressed like that? I'm not soft, Jimmy.
Yeah, well, I'm just going to see a mate first.
Bit of a shopping trip, is it? You and this mate.
Oh?
Going nowhere, Jimmy.
Mum, I just want to go and see my mate, that's all.
Good friend, is he, this mate?
Yeah, he's all right.
Do anything for you, would he?
Yeah.
Like getting you drugs?
Look, Mum, I just want to see him.
Not this time, Jimmy.
I need something.
Have you taken your methadone?
It's not enough.
Well, it's gonna have to be. I am not having drugs in this house again, do you hear me? It's bad enough you're taking that stuff.
Please, Mum, just one last time, that's all. I promise.
Okay. Go on. Go out and score your hits if that's what you want. Oh, go on. What are you waiting for?
Mm-hmm.
But listen, Jimmy. I hope for your sake that this mate of yours can find you a place to stay once he's pumped you full of drugs. Because I get one sniff of them on you. And you are out of here for good.
You could have at least got her a card. I've already told you, with all the upset over your accident, we just forgot. You and Dad. He's going to get us something in his lunch hour in town.
Well, it's too late now. Surely he knows you've forgotten.
Well, there's nothing I can do about it now. Oh, look, for heaven's sake, your father's left his wallet here.
So we can't get George anything.
He'll manage something. Now, please stop worrying about it.
We could take her out for a meal.
Look, you know you're not well enough to go out for a meal. You've only just got out of bed. In fact, young man, when I've done upstairs, you can go up and have a rest.
We've got to do something. It's her birthday.
Oh, well, look, I tell you what we'll do. I'll make her something special to eat tonight.
Yeah. Or we could even invite Jules round.
No. I don't think that's a good idea.
Oh, why not, Mum? She's part of the family as well.
Because that wouldn't be fair on Nat, would it? If he wants her here, he'll have to ask her.
You don't have to watch me all the time, you know, Ma.
I just want to make sure you're right.
I told you, I want to stay here, I want to get off the drugs. It's just that it's dead hard, you know, stopping, going without anything.
I know it is, love, but you've got to see the heartbreak you caused me and your dad.
Yeah, I do. And I'm really trying to stay clean. Only last night, you know, on my own and that.
Just stick with it, eh, son, this time. I mean, you'll be doing no one any good, will you, if you get back on that stuff?
All right.
Back to reality, eh?
Yeah.
Look, Jack, what happened in Blackpool?
I just wanted to say yesterday was lovely, Roland. I really enjoyed myself.
Yeah, me too.
But it mustn't happen again.
No, I know.
Last night we came close to doing something very, very wrong.
Yeah, I know. It was stupid, wasn't it? Reckon we both just, well, we just got a bit carried away, didn't we?
We can't, can we, Ron?
No.
I mean, it's just too dangerous, isn't it? For both of us.
Hello, this is Mr. Oliver Simpson, and I'd like to order some flowers, roses, red ones, for delivery this afternoon. Mrs. Jules Simpson, at Malham House, Churchill Quay. I'm missing you loads. I really want to see you. Come round soon, like tonight. Yeah. With all my love, Nat.
Ah, who stepped on your hamster, eh, love?
Give over, you.
Oh, so you have got teeth in there, then?
Do you want something feeling?
Yes, a pint of milk and a night out with me Bessie, mate.
You know I can't.
Why not? You won't get a better offer than this. A gorgeous hunk like me.
I've got one at home, thank you very much.
Oh, so you and Ron are joined at the hip now, are you?
Well, actually, yeah. We're sort of trying for another baby.
Well, don't say I never warned you.
About what?
Varicose veins, piles... You'll be ill before your time, you.
The milk's over there. Can I help you, Bing?
Oh, Beverly, hello. I was wondering if I could prevail upon you to display one of these. It's for the over 55s bonfire night. Perhaps I could interest you in some tickets. All proceeds to the Save Our Tunnel campaign.
Hey, you want to go? It's more your sort of thing than mine. I don't know any over 55s.
Excuse me, there you go, Bev.
What's this? Rent reduction?
It's a peace offering.
Bit thin for the fatted calf, isn't it?
Party? Didn't know it was your birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Oh, thanks, Bing. I just thought I'd have a bit of a do for me fellow traders.
Trying to creep round, are you?
No, I thought I could show you all the plans to my new place over a glass of wine and a bite to eat.
Oh, so you think of going out with him now, are you?
I haven't said I'm going yet.
Excuse me, Terry. I take it you do have one of those for me. I mean, as a major shareholder in grants and a spearhead of our Save Our Tunnel campaign, I think I'm entitled to a little bit of...
Bribery, corruption.
Quite, Beverly.
Actually, Bing, I didn't think I'd bump into you, but I'll bring your invite round later. Anyway, I hope you can all make it tonight.
Well, we'll have to check our diaries, won't we, Bing? See if we're available.
So, you two thinking of going?
Try and keep us away.
And I know I'm being irrational, but I just keep watching them in case they touch or accidentally brush against each other. And I know I can't watch them for the rest of their lives, but every time I see them, I desperately want to keep them apart.
What if Georgia moved back in with Jules?
Oh, no, I couldn't bear the thought of the Bradleys finding out, but it would help matters if Georgie wasn't around right now.
Your little flat, perhaps. Apparently the one above the pizza parlour's still empty. I mean, that would be ideal. It would keep Nat and Georgia separate, but it would still be close enough for you to keep an eye on both of them.
Yeah, that might be a solution. You know, I just can't bear the thought of them being together like that.
Oh, that's quite understandable, Belle.
And, you know, it's not just the thought of them having... Ollie's being very understanding, but I just can't bring myself to, well, let's just say our sex life is not on the agenda at the moment, and we try to pretend that everything's all right, that it doesn't really matter, but, you know, it does. Suddenly sex seems like something else, nothing to do with love. Does that sound stupid?
No, of course not. Not under the circumstances, but you mustn't blame yourself. Lots of people would feel like you do.
Yeah. Look, you won't mention this to anyone else, will you? Because I don't think I could bear anyone else knowing. I'm finding it hard enough to cope as it is. And Jules has been coming round again. I don't know what I would do if Jules or the Bradleys found out.
Hey, looks like you're doing a good job there, Jimmy.
Maybe. I wish you'd get off my back, you know, son. It's bad enough with me ma over there on my case.
Yeah, well, you know, boss of habit, eh, lad? She's got to make do with you while your dad's at your Uncle Billy's.
Yeah, I suppose so.
So how is your dad anyway? You sorted any work out for you yet?
I don't know, son. Drums, I heard from him, yeah.
Well, listen, if you're going round the back, that Mrs. Brown at number 15, make sure you do her callers, otherwise she'll be on your case bad style, OK?
All right, mate.
See you later.
See you later.
How's it working out?
Well, for a relative of Jimmy Corkill's, not bad, actually. Oh, so you got your invite to Terry's place?
Yeah, you going or what?
What's free scan? Free ale, of course I'm going. Managed to wangle an invite for fellas.
Hey, it's more than just a bit of a night out, you know, son. I mean, that lot have scared off with customers away already.
Hang on. I'm sure I recognise this fella.
Hey, watch what you say, mate. Look, a real shady character.
Yeah.
Okay, you take the little fat one and I'll take the big fella, eh?
Hey, mate.
Yeah, mate.
So what's happened? Like, is your razor broke or are you munching on a hamster or what?
Hey, you can go for a beard, don't be kind.
Oh, yeah.
I'll see you later.
Yeah, see you, mate.
Hey, babes. So what do you reckon of Mr. Johnson? Do you think women prefer men with beards or do you prefer little fat fellas?
Get out of here.
Contest, I thought.
A flat above a takeaway pizza parlour. Imagine the smell. And what about JC? His company's doing the building work over there. He'll probably have one of his minions spying on me.
You cannot stay here.
There's only 5 of us there.
Oh, well, why can't she stay? You know why? Because there simply isn't the room. We managed all right before.
No, your mother's right. The whole situation's impossible.
And the flat is empty.
Will you please stop trying to organise my life? If I want a flat, I'm perfectly capable of finding one for myself.
Yeah, well, actually, we're not interested in what you want anymore.
We have to consider all of us.
Look, you can't just force her into some flat.
Look, to ease some of the pressure around here, why don't you just take the flat until you find another place?
Okay, I'll help you look next week.
No, you won't. She's moving into that flat. From next Monday, it's hers.
I'll get it.
You can't make me move in there. Look, I can't stand us just living here on top of each other anymore.
This is crazy.
Look, that's enough. You'll take the flat, Georgia, and no more arguments. At least it'll give us all a bit of breathing space.
Hello again. Happy birthday, Georgia.
So, Dad recovered from his little night on the town, has he?
Well, I think he's feeling a bit guilty, actually. He said he's doing you something extra special for your tea tonight.
So he should. Going off like that without saying a word.
Well, it is going to cost him loads to get the Moby fixed, Bev.
Serves him right. Shouldn't have gone off to Blackpool, should he? Must be going doolally. Hey, what have you got there?
Some Blackpool rock.
Oh, did Uncle Ron get you that? More than he got me.
No,
Who got you then?
me nan.
Your nan? From Blackpool? Well, when did Jackie Corkill go there?
Bev.
Kylie, love, when did your nan go to Blackpool?
Yesterday.
Yesterday. Well, what a coincidence, eh? Of all the slimy, two-time and...
Bev, will you pack her in? You don't know that she was with me dad.
Oh, come off it. You can tell your dad I won't be coming home for me tea tonight.
Oh, come on, it's taking the majors to do this meal.
Well, he can get his mate Jackie Corkill round to eat it, can't he? You can tell him I'm going to a party at La Luth.
Oh, sorry, didn't know you were waiting.
Actually, I just wanted to warn you about Nat before we eat.
Why, what's up with him?
Well, he's been acting a bit funny lately, so worried.
Is he okay?
Yeah, I just think he's a bit mixed up about the way he feels.
About me, you mean?
Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure he wants to get back with you.
Oh, I thought so. You know, he sent me some gorgeous roses. Haven't had a chance to thank him for them yet.
Oh, I wouldn't do that if I were you.
But they must have cost him an absolute fortune.
Yeah, well, trust me, Jules. You know what Nat's like about that kind of thing. He gets all embarrassed.
Yeah, the old softy.
Come on, dinner's ready.
Now, you promise you won't say anything about the flowers?
Of course not. If Nat's planning something, I don't want to frighten him off.
It's going to be the hottest spot in town, this. Once me and Terry are finished.
Really?
Yeah, can't lose, can he? It's an unbeatable combination. Wine, women and top scram.
Oh, well, I don't think Grant has got anything to worry about.
Oh, no. Classy joint like this, only attack the cream.
Any competition is going to give us problems. I can't afford to lose any more business, not with Lindsay and Jimmy's wages to find and all.
Of course not, and our profit margins are small enough as it is.
Make sure you enjoy yourself. I'll see you in a minute.
See you later, Sam.
It's a pity we couldn't get this place ready sooner. Would have been great for a reception, eh, Sim?
Well, it's a bit expensive, you know. I mean, I know Terry's a mate, but he's too much into profits these days.
Yeah, well, we've got to get it sorted soon. We can't let things drift.
Yeah, all right, I know.
How could you, Ron? Going to Blackpool with Jackie Corkill of all people.
Bev, no, I told you, I was there on my own.
So how come Kylie had to stick a Blackpool rock, eh? Bit of a coincidence, wasn't it?
I never said that she wasn't there, did I, love? All I'm saying is that she wasn't there with me.
Right, so she was just on a day trip to Blackpool and all.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. She was there with an old schoolmate of hers. Nice girl, Doreen, I think her name was, yes, Doreen.
So you didn't spend any time at all with her?
I swear to you, Bev, I was just walking down a prom and I bumped into them. To tell you the truth, though, love, I couldn't wait to get shut of them. I just fancied a day out on me todd, you know. But when I saw her, I mean, I just couldn't believe my eyes. I thought I was seeing things.
You will be Ron Dixon. if I found out you spent any time at all with Jackie Cogill.
Yes, so it looks like I might be promoted. Oh. Could even end up with my name on the door.
Oh, that's great. They obviously think very highly of you.
Suppose they must. The best thing about it is I'll be getting loads more money.
Yeah, well, money's not everything, is it?
So did you get loads of prezzies then, George?
Oh, one or two. Danny gave me a book on aromatherapy and I got a CD from that. Oh, and of course some lovely underwear from you.
Well, I know how much a girl loves to get prezzies. So what else did you get?
From Mum and Dad, you mean?
Something really special.
I haven't actually seen it yet.
How come?
Apparently it'll be all mine first thing Monday morning. That's right, isn't it, Mum?
Would you like some more pasta, Julie?
So, how are your parents?
About the same as when you asked her yesterday.
For God's sake, Nat.
What? This has got nothing to do with you.
Oh, that's enough, Nat.
Mum and I made you a cake. I haven't got your candle.
That's lovely, Dan. Thank you. I hope you're going to sing for me as well.
Good night, David.
She's done well for herself, my daughter, though, hasn't she, eh? Running a brand new posh place like that.
Hey, Terry, why don't you change the name to Jackie D's? You know, like the salon.
Listen, Jackie won't actually have any control over the business, you know.
Ah, no, but she will have a name outside, won't she? You know, with her being a major shareholder, like Jacqueline Dixon.
No, she'll have the same rights as JC and the other investors have accepted.
Doesn't do any harm to have another string to your bow. Keep the taxman on his toes, like.
You know what? I reckon I might be interested in putting a few bob into this. If you're still looking for a bit of backing, like. I reckon I could raise, say, 5 crinkly ones.
What? You've got $5 grand going spare?
Then bung it in the pot, Ronnie. Then sit back and watch it grow.
5,000. No, I meant 500.
Sorry, Ron. That wouldn't even buy me the cutlery.
Where you going, Jimmy?
Just a chippy, ma. I thought I'd treat you, you know, seeing as I got paid and that. Save you cooking, won't it?
Oh, right, thanks. Yeah. That'd be nice.
You get the kettle on, eh?
Yeah. Make sure you go straight there, all right?
Hiya.
What are you doing out here?
Oh, just popped out for a breather. It's like an oven in there. Are you all right?
Oh, yeah, I'm fine. I'm just keeping an eye on my lad. He's gone for chips.
Listen, Jack. Bev knows you're in Blackpool.
She doesn't. She never stopped the night.
No, I told her that you were there with a mate.
Has she believed you?
Yeah, I'm sure she does.
Right, well, better do what we said then, eh? Keep right away from each other.
For the best, eh?
Better go then. See you, Ron.
Ta-ra, love.
Come on, Nat. You could at least make some effort. It's meant to be your sister's birthday party.
Yeah, I know.
What on earth do I have to do to cheer you up?
Jules, look, I'm fine, all right?
I'm beginning to think you don't want me here.
Look, I just didn't expect you tonight, that's all.
But you were the one who asked me to come.
What?
The note you sent with the flowers.
What flowers?
The roses, Nat. And the note. You said you wanted me here, remember?
No, I haven't got a clue what you're on about.
Why are you being like this, Nat? Your note said you wanted me here.
Look, I don't know who sent you what, but it wasn't me. And no, to be honest, I don't want you here.
I sent the roses, Nat.
You what?
Well, I thought if you and Jules...
If me and Jules what?
Well, I was only trying to help.
You little idiot, why don't you mind your own business?
I'm sorry.
You know it's bad enough Mum and Dad breathing down my neck without you starting. This is my life, and I'll sort it out without any help from you. Interfere again, Dan, it'll be the last time.
Come on, Dan, it's not your fault.
I was only trying to help.
I know, and it was really kind of you.
I just thought if you and Nat got back together, then everything would be all right.
And instead, Nat just bulls you out.
I was just trying to cheer him up. He's dead nasty to me.
I don't know what's the matter with him. He's been in a foul mood all night.
He's stupid and I hate him. I don't know why you bother with him.
Oh, come on, Dan, he's not that bad.
He is. He's horrible. And now they're sending Georgia away, leaving me here with him. It's not fair, Jules. Leave me here with all their rotten secrets.
What secrets?
All that stuff about Nat and Georgia. Should have known tonight was going to be a stupid waste of time. Nat's never going to want you back now.
Dan, why not? What do you know, Dan? Why will Nat never want me back?
Because he's only interested in Georgia.
What on earth are you talking about?
It's true, Jules. Honest. Nat and Georgia are in love, and they always have been.
Staying Alive next on ITV here on 4. Friday night is, of course, comedy night, and the laughter is just after the break.
No edits.
It'll be good for you, having your own place.
You say so? You'll soon settle in, I'm sure.
I'm on your holidays, are you, Queen?
No, I'm moving out, actually.
The place is a little bit small, you know, for the 5 of us.
Ah, it's a sad day when your little girl flies the nest, isn't it? Ooh, I wet bucket and my Irene left. Broke me poor heart and two it did. I found I got a lot of consolation from knitting. Are you a knitter yourself, love?
No, I'm not.
Well, perhaps you could take it up. Knit one, pale one. It seems to put you in a sort of trance. Oh, hey, listen. Oh, hey. Hang on a minute, love. You're going to miss out here. This is your last chance to buy tickets for the over-55s bonfire.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm afraid we planned a quiet evening at home tonight.
Well, it's fancy dress and there'll be loads of lovely food. Me and Dolly putting on one of our spreads. And it's all in a good cause.
Yeah, well, I think it's a great idea. We should go together as a family. I'll take 5 tickets, please.
Oh, you're a saint.
Thank you.
Thanks. Oh, you eat Mick! I'm going to get Mick as well. His children would love the bonfire.
Afternoon, Bing. I don't suppose you've had the chance to, nice one, Bing. Hey, that's just a job, that, mate. Better than sticking me papers in a plazzy bag.
It's my pleasure, and there's no rush to give it back, you know.
Cheers, mate.
I must say, Mick, you do look the part.
Well, got to make an effort, haven't you? I want to make sure they take me seriously.
Looks like the school have got you hard at it already.
Oh, yeah, there's loads of reading there, Bing. I mean, there's minutes on meetings, there's reports, agendas. I've done more homework than the kids. To tell you the truth, Bing, I'm a bit nervous, you know.
Oh, I'm sure you'll do a sterling job.
Oh, cheers, mate. How are you? Thanks a lot.
Oh, hey, you, Mick Johnson. What are you doing all dicky-dolled up like that? You got a date with a fig?
Well, I'm going to a school meeting, Julia.
You, Julia, are addressing the latest parent governor of Brookside Comprehensive, no less.
Oh, good for you, lad. Well, you get in there and show them big knobs what's what.
Oh, thanks, Julia. I'll do my best.
We need a few more like you around here.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. People not afraid to help out in a worthy cause.
I'll do my best, you know.
Which I'm sure is why you won't turn down some tickets for the over-55s bonfire tonight.
Come on there, Julia. I'll take 3.
Done.
I'm afraid you have been, Elsa.
Hiya.
Oh, hiya.
No Moby not giving you any more trouble then?
No. She's fine now.
So, Bev's still on the warpath about Blackpool?
Don't worry. She shut the shop early. Said something about picking Josh up from her mother's. I reckon she's just trying to convince me that she needs an assistant over there.
Don't think I'll bother applying. She hasn't found out we were there together, has she?
Do you think I'd still be in one piece if she had you? She'd have finally found a use for that flaming wheelchair she bought me.
We should never have gone off like that, you know, Ron. It wasn't right. We both got families to think about, haven't we? Responsibilities.
Yeah, but it was just a bit of harmless fun, wasn't it, Jack? I mean, come on, we're practically in-laws. No harm in spending a bit of time together.
Spending time's okay, but not what we did.
What? One little kiss?
Is that all it was? One little kiss? I think we've got enough to worry about, haven't we?
All right. Maybe we did get carried away just a little bit. We'll make a deal, eh? No more shenanigans.
It's for the best.
We're still mates, though.
Of course we are.
Right, in that case, how do you fancy doing me a favour?
Why do I get the feeling you're pulling a fast one?
Who, me? No. It's just I've heard about some houses that they're putting up over Everton way, and they sound ideal for Mike and Lindsay.
And you want me to come and have a look at them with you?
Just to check them out, that's all. Jackie, we're doing our kids a favour, aren't we?
Go on, then. Can't do any harm, can it?
Just need a few flowers in here, brighten the place up. It'll take more than a few flowers. Oh, you'll soon settle in once you get all your things around you. I feel like I've been banished or something. But we're not doing this to punish you. We're doing it because we think, or we hope, that it's the right thing. Yeah, I know. But if this situation is going to work, you've got to give me your word that it's over between you and Nat. Come on, George. Promise me that you won't ever be together with Nat like that again. Look, it's the last thing on my mind at the moment. That's not an answer. Come on now, promise me.
Look, it would be easy to lie to you, tell you what you want to hear, but I can't do that. I don't know what's going to happen with me and Nat.
You mean, after everything that's ever happened, after all the agonies that you put your father and I through, you still won't agree to put a stop to this?
I can't help it. We can't change the way we feel.
But how can you be so selfish? The only hope we have of getting some normality back into our lives is if you and Nat promise never to... And you stand there and say that you can't promise anything. Well, just let me tell you something. We've stood by you so far, but if this continues, we'll disown the pair of you.
Jack, I'm back! The rover returns! Are you in, love? Where's my welcome home kiss? Oh, my God, Jimmy, what's happened to you?
What you think? Dealers caught up with me, didn't they?
Look at the state of you. What have they done to you, son?
This is just a warning. So give me 2 weeks to pay up, and if I don't, I'm dead.
Oh.
Did you manage to sort me any work in Basingstoke?
No, son, I'm sorry. Our Billy tried, but it was a waste of time.
So I'm going to be stuck with some deadbeat window round. So are you going to pay off me debts, is it?
I know, but stop worrying about it, will you?
No, you don't understand. Look, if they find me here, right, they're going to break me legs. That's what we're going to do, right? I'm going to be like a sitting duck.
Look, stop talking like that, will you? I will sort some... Sorry, son, does it hurt?
Yeah. It doesn't make much difference now, does it? Be dead in 2 weeks.
Look, I've told you. I will fix something, OK? Have you done your methadone today?
Yeah. And that's a waste of time, isn't it? What's the point in trying to stay off the smack now, eh?
Oh, great. But a couple of guys say boo to you and the old world's coming to an end. Behave, will you? Come on. Let's get you up and get you to work. Come on.
Thanks. Right, you've all met Mick Johnson, the new parent governor. Welcome. There's just one more person to come, but I think we may as well press on. I see you've all got your agendas. Ah, Mr. Simpson, hello. Hello, I'm so glad you could make it. Sit down, please. I'd like you all to meet Mr. Oliver Simpson, local businessman and good burgher of this parish. He's very kindly agreed to be co-opted as parent governor to make up the numbers, as we so unfortunately lost Mr. S. Dyson. I'm sure I speak for all of us when I say that we're very grateful to you for managing to spare us the time.
Look, I'm not being funny, but Ollie Simpson was outvoted fair and square. If anybody's got to be co-opted, it should be Susanna Farnham. She came second in the vote.
I'm afraid it doesn't quite work like that. Your fellow governors and I felt that Mr. Simpson would be a valuable asset as a governor. We are entitled to invite anyone we feel that could bring something to the committee.
Great. And what was the point in having an election? Why get everybody to vote when you can bring in whoever you like behind our backs?
I'm sure all our little ways must seem rather strange to you at the moment, but don't worry, I'm sure you'll soon get the hang of it.
Hi, Dan. Good day at school?
Average, you know.
Have you rung Jules yet?
Mum, will you get off my back?
The way you spoke to her last night, I wouldn't blame her if she never wanted anything to do with you again.
Look, there is no point in me calling her, all right? It'll just make things worse. Do you see what you've done? Why did you have to ask around her in the first place? You know you've really dropped me in it.
Yeah, well, I was only trying to help.
I don't need your help. Listen, Dan, I don't need Jules nosing around, all right? If she ever found out...
She won't.
She better not. Because if she does, we'll all be in big trouble.
So does everyone agree we need to take action?
Absolutely. If we are to implement a successful marketing strategy, the first thing we need is a mission statement.
Yeah, definitely. I think it would also be useful if we could decide on the school's USP.
Are you talking in code or something? What is USP?
Well, it stands for Unique Selling Proposition.
In other words, what can we say about our school that differentiates it from other schools?
Excellent. If we could all put our minds to that before the next meeting, see what bright ideas we can come up with.
Can I say something here? I've sat here and listened to you talk about all sorts, but nobody said a word about the really important issues. Stuff that affects all the kids. Like bullying.
We have already implemented a number of policies that deal with bullying.
Well, they're obviously not working, are they?
I appreciate there's always room for improvement. But as it's not actually on the agenda tonight, we could perhaps discuss any further measures sometime in the future.
But we need to stick to the agenda. Otherwise, there's no point in having one.
But that's no use. Look, the parents that voted me in want this bullying problem sorted now before it gets even worse. You know, my son doesn't want to go to school most days because he's so scared he's going to get a hammering. Now, something's got to be done. We need to take tough action. If you ask me, the ringleader should be expelled immediately.
Yeah, well, actually, Mick, I agree with you. Something does need to be done, but excluding the pupils isn't the answer.
Well, what is then?
Well, I think we need to handle the situation very carefully. I mean, bullies often come from violent homes themselves. I think we need to show them some understanding.
You're not going to get into all that trendy liberal garbage, are you?
Mr. Johnson, I appreciate your concern.
Well, do something about it, then. I don't know why we're all pussyfooting around here. Let's just expel the lad responsible. I mean, everybody knows who it is. It's Timothy O'Leary.
Timothy O'Leary? Year 9?
You've heard his name before, then?
Well, should hope so. He's my son.
So you don't think our Mike and Lindsay can live around here?
Yeah, it's quite nice, really, but it's a bit expensive for them, isn't it? At least there's a good deli at the end of the road.
Yeah? Do a nice bit of cheese, don't they? What did you say this was called again?
Brie.
Very nice. Mind you, we didn't think much of them sun-dried tomatoes. Tasted more like shoe lines to me.
Do you eat them all the time in France?
Yeah, but you know that lot, don't you? You eat anything over there. You did enjoy it over there, though, didn't you?
Oh, yeah, it is. Made me feel sort of, oh, I don't know, free, you know, different. As if I was someone else. Not just boring old Jackie Corkill from Liverpool.
You? Boring, you. Behave yourself. I, for one, wouldn't want you to be anyone else. I think you... Well, I think you're nice the way you are.
It's the time we thought about going home. People be wondering where we are. We don't want to miss the bomb, do we?
No. Jack. Let me give you that before you go.
You don't want to be spending your money on me.
I hope you...
Oh, Ron. Oh, Ron, that is brilliant.
Well, you said you fancied having a bash of painting, didn't you? So you've no reason not to now, have you?
Thanks, love.
Hi, it's Jules. Sorry, I can't get to the phone right now. Please leave a message and I'll get back to you.
Go away.
Jules, if you're there, will you pick up the phone? It's Danny. I'm dead sorry about what I said the other night. About Nat and Georgia. I made it all up. I shouldn't have said it. It was all just a load of lies. I was only joking.
Back a bit now. Not many have bothered to turn up in fancy dress, have they? Only spotted you in pink.
I love dressing up like this. Makes me feel like I'm in one of them hysterical novels.
So who are you supposed to be?
For a parent governor, your ignorance is shocking. I'm Nell Gwynn, aren't I?
Didn't know she wore a cardi.
Hey, less of it, you. You won't find me flashing with chesses for all and sundry. Not in this cold weather, anyway.
Mick, how'd you get on? Going with all guns blazing, did you?
Not exactly, Bing. I didn't know what they were on about half the time. I mean, they were talking about SATs and league tables and mission statements. They may as well have been talking in Urdu for all the sense it made to me.
Well, all groups have got their own jargon, you know. I'm sure you'll pick it up sooner or later. Anyway, do keep me posted on your progress. That school's a bit rough, isn't it? The young Matthew's already had a few scrapes.
Yeah, love. I bet you could do a bit of a nourishment after your big important meeting, eh?
Oh, thanks, Julie. There you go, darling.
Hello.
Anyway, if you'll excuse me, I'd better go and patrol the perimeters. Nil desperandum, old son.
You get that scouse down them children of yours, love. It'll put airs on the chest.
Hi, Mick. All right?
Jimmy.
Are Lindsay looking after the shop?
Yeah, gives me a chance to get out with the kids, you know. Yeah. Look, see you later.
All right, kids. See you later on, yeah. Listen, Julie, you haven't seen my Jackie around anywhere, have you?
I haven't seen eye nor ear of her. Do you want some food?
No, I'll give it a miss.
Well, he looks like he could do with a big pan of scouse down him.
I'm not hungry, I'm all right.
You what? He looks as if he need feeding up, lad. I've seen more meat on a veggie burger.
Evening. Everybody having a splendid time?
You look very dashing, David. James the First, I presume.
You look more like a spaniel.
Do you know you're the first person to have guessed correctly?
Where's Max and Susanna? Haven't seen them tonight.
Off into town to some fancy fireworks extravaganza. Apparently our little charity bash wasn't good enough for them. Anyway, duty calls as fire safety officer for the night. I've got to make sure everything's under control. See you later.
Sure, we all feel a lot safer knowing you're in charge.
Well, I can assure you I'll be standing by with my bucket of sand at all times.
That's a comfort.
Jules, where are they? Oh, you're not going to say anything? Oh, please don't say anything. Oh, there'll be no more trouble now. I know there won't. Oh, just as long as you don't say anything.
This is ridiculous. I'm 43 years of age, not some daft kid of 17.
Yeah, I know, but Bev won't take too kindly to it if she sees you, will she? No matter how innocent it all is. Look, I better get outside and check if the coast is clear. Jack, come on quick, there's no one around, hurry up.
Run!
Good God, Julia. What are you doing creeping about back here like that? You're fighting the life out of me and nearly dropped me lunch then.
Got a guilty conscience, have you? I've been to Lavy, haven't I? And I must say, I'm very disappointed. They're not as clean as they could be.
Oh, really? Hey, fancy that, eh? What's the world coming to these days?
Your Bev's been searching high and low for you. She kept going on about you going off to the seaside or something.
Yeah, well, I'll see you soon then, love, OK? Ta-da.
Hi, Jules. I didn't expect to see you here.
No, well, I haven't got anything else to do tonight.
Can I get you a drink? Something to eat?
No, Tara, I'm fine.
But you, Belle, can I get you something?
Oh, no. I've got some treacle toffee stuck in my teeth. It's driving me mad.
Well, I'm a bit peckish, actually. I could do with some food.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, I'll come with you.
You just said you weren't hungry.
No, you're all right. I'll go with them. I'll keep an eye on them. Make sure they don't get up to any mischief.
All right.
Hi.
Listen, you haven't seen my Jackie around by any chance, have you?
No, I'm sorry. Has she gone missing?
I'm starting to get a bit worried, to tell the truth. No idea where she is.
Well, if we see her, we'll tell her that you're looking for her.
David, you haven't sampled me dumplings yet.
Oh, now there's an offer you can't refuse, Bing.
Not now, Julia, thank you. Not while I'm on duty. I'm rather worried the wind might be changing.
Yeah, well, that'll be the dumpling, Squire. 2 coffees, please, Julia.
Arthur!
Does anyone want any food? Me and Doris spent hours doing this lot, and all the proceeds for a good cause, you know.
Not just now, love, just the coffees, please.
Mind you, you won't be digging deep, will you? Because all the money's going to the Save Our Tunnel campaign. And you're not on our side, are you? You're Jackie and Terry Sullivan are in, like.
Coffees, love.
2 coffees, yeah. Here they are. That'll be 50 pence, please.
Thank you, Julia.
Last of the big spenders, eh?
I am allowed to choose, you know, love. That's the beauty of living in a democracy.
Oh, thank you.
Jackie, love, I'm looking all over for you. Where have you been, kid?
Well, nowhere, just around here.
Hey, what's up?
There's too many people around.
Well, behave yourself, will you? We're man and wife, aren't we? Haven't you missed me?
Yeah, could fair.
Come on, son, get in there.
So how's it going, Georgia?
Oh, you know, same as ever.
And how's that man of yours?
What man?
What man? How many have you got? I'm talking about the man you left your husband for. Surely you remember him. He was married, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's fine. So, how are things with you?
Oh, I bet it's really exciting, isn't it? Having an illicit lover.
It has its moments.
Oh, I bet it gives you a real thrill, doesn't it, being with someone else's man? All those secret meetings, all that passion, without any of the mundane stuff.
It's not really like that.
You never did tell me his name, did you? Oh, I know. Nat'll tell me. You know all about him, don't you, Nat?
Give it a rest for you, Jules. What'd you keep going on about it for?
Mind you, I'm not surprised you haven't told me your lover's name. I mean, you wouldn't want just anyone known, would you? Well, then, people would know you for what you really were, wouldn't they? Brother and sister who sleep together.
Jules.
Get your hands off me. People like you two should be locked away.
Jules, please don't do this.
What you've done is a crime against nature. You're sick.
You've got to play them at their own game.
Oh, yeah, don't rock the boat.
I'm not saying that. You did well at that meeting. You were enthusiastic about a subject you really cared about.
And how was I supposed to know that the school bully's mother was a parent governor? I couldn't believe it.
I know. What a nightmare.
So what do I do now?
I tread very carefully if I were you.
But that doesn't get things done, does it? All this pussyfooting around.
Yeah, I know. But the only way you're going to achieve anything is if you play by their rules.
This is all new to me. I don't even know what the rules are. I mean, it's all right for you being co-opted by your mates, isn't it?
For God's sake, listen to me.
I've listened to you for long enough. I could throw up when I think of how you two have carried on.
Look, I'm really sorry you got hurt, Jules, but we didn't plan for any of this to happen.
You've really strung me along, haven't you? The pair of you. Gave you a good laugh, did it?
No, look, you have to believe us. It wasn't like that.
Us? Us? You're my husband, but it's you two are the couple, isn't it? I'm not surprised you could treat me like that. You walk, both of you.
Look, I'll take you home, all right? We can talk about this in private.
You're not taking me anywhere. If you want to talk about this, you do it out in the open. And I think it's about time your mum and dad knew about you two.
They already know.
You mean they're in on this as well? They're part of this sick setup.
No, look, Jules, I only found out recently.
My God. I've just been used as a cover, haven't I? The whole wedding business, everything, was just so that you could try and pull off some act of normality. You've all betrayed me, used me like I was nothing. You married me. You actually went ahead and married me. You made those vows in church in front of everyone. You promised yourself to me, and all the time you're having some disgusting affair with your sister. You let me stand up in front of everyone, and then you made a complete fool out of me. I'm gonna get you for this, both of you. I'm gonna make you pay for what you've done.
Next on 4, an unsettling insight into animal behaviour. Animal cannibals. On ITV, Soldier Soldier.
Piggy went all the way home.
Now, Beverly, give over.
Oh, come on, lover boy. Get physical. Hey, what's up? Do you want me to put my nurse's outfit on?
I'll need real medical attention if you don't stop tormenting me.
Come on, love. We haven't done it in ages.
Yeah, you know why that is, don't you?
You don't fancy me anymore.
Because you chucked your pills away without telling me, remember? If that's not a passion killer, I don't know what is.
Do you really hate the idea of having a baby that much?
Bev, you know what I think. I've told you till I'm blue in the face. I don't want any more kids.
Change your mind. I know you would when it was born, and you saw its cute little face all giggly goo.
I've had enough of this. I'm getting up.
Right then. Leave me on my own. I mean, I'm only 24. I haven't even reached my sexual peak yet.
God help me.
How could I have been so stupid? I've just realised what this is all about. I know what your problem is. Well, it's your age, isn't it? It's sapping at your vitals. What else could I expect of a man of your years?
Well, don't talk so daft.
Don't worry, love. That's your only problem. We could easily fix that. And there's loads of remedies for it nowadays.
I don't need any remedies, OK? There's nothing wrong with me.
Wrong. Face facts. We're running out of time. And if we don't act soon, well, your bits could seize up completely. And then we'd never have a baby together, would we?
Why are you still lazing around here when there's work to be done?
I'm not at school, all right? I can go when I want.
Not with your exam results, you can't. If you're going to make it as an architect, Nat, you've got to get your head down and put in a bit of effort. You've already made a complete hash of your marriage. If you carry on like this, you'll be without a career as well.
Look, I've had other things in my mind, all right?
Yes. Well, now that she's left this house for good, perhaps things can get back to normal.
Well, Georgia moving out isn't going to make any difference.
No, well, at least it's a good start, isn't it? We've got to stop moping about the past and start thinking about the future.
So, you want us to pretend that nothing's happened, is that right?
Look, getting over this will be as easy or as difficult as we want to make it, Belle. I mean, just look at yourself. Sitting in here day after day, poring over old photographs, trying to reinvent the past. You used to have a life. You had a career, a nice house. And now look at you. You've given up, haven't you? Look, we've got to put the past behind us where it belongs. You've got to get out there into the world. Get yourself a job. Get your life back. You know, I'm beginning to think those Corkills haven't got a brain between them.
Oi! Oi! What is your problem? You talking to me?
I've told you time and time again, do not take a shortcut in front of my property. Why can't you just use the path the same as everyone else?
Yeah, well, I'm very sorry, Curly. Oh, dear. Spot of neighbour bother.
How's that boy of yours doing after his mishap last night?
Oh, he's fine, thanks, David. Just a little embarrassed. I hope he didn't spoil all your efforts for the over 55s.
What on earth happened? Overdid it a bit on the old firewater, didn't he?
Oh, no. He wasn't drunk. Apparently the ground was just slippy and he lost his footing. Look, if you need some compensation for the wasted food, I'm happy to make a contribution.
Oh, that's very decent of you, Ollie, but that won't be necessary. Actually, we made quite a healthy sum for the Save Our Tunnel campaign.
Oh, yes. How's it going? Have you made any progress?
Oh, absolutely, yes. I've been plying through a wealth of material from the library, and I've discovered some very interesting points. Apparently, if the tunnel, as we know it, has been used by the public as a right-of-way over a number of years, and the owner of the land on which it stands had intended it to be so used, then I think we have a very strong case.
All right, so does that mean you can stop the building work?
Unfortunately, no. It's not quite as simple as that. The next step is a visit to the local planning department at the council offices, and we're going to use some of the money we made at the bonfire night to pay for all the necessary documentation.
Oh, well, that's very good. Well, good luck with the campaign.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Ollie. I'll see you anon.
Yeah, okay. Bye.
Bye. Hey, Ols! All right, listen, you didn't see which way our little Jimmy went, did you? Socket's gone and left his chamois in the sink.
You know, I'm beginning to think that you and your son must have some kind of a deficiency.
Come again, Bamba?
I'll say this one more time, and once only. Do not take a shortcut in front of my property.
And what are you getting so irritated for, eh? Anyone think you had something to hide? You and your missus like dressing up or something, do you?
How is my little pumpkin today?
Well, I don't know. How is your little pumpkin today?
What do you think of that?
Well, it's not really my colour, is it?
Not for you, soft lad, for the bridesmaids. Your outfit's already sorted.
It is?
Yeah, I thought you'd look divine in a silver lame jumpsuit and a pair of platforms.
Let's see what I've got in my wardrobe.
Of course, what we have got to get sorted is a date. And before you say anything, let me warn you. If you say, well, I don't know yet, I'm going to think you don't want to marry me after all.
Well, of course I do.
Well, prove it then. Name the day. Ah, Saved by the Bell. Good morning, and thank you for calling the DHE Sweeney Electrical Emporium. My name is Valerie. How may I help you? Certainly, sir. Please hold the line while I try to locate him for you. What about a winter wedding? We could get hitched before the end of the year, before you reach the big 4-0.
Oh, well, I don't know, do I? There's a lot to think about, isn't there?
Well, I'll give you something to think about if you don't make a decision. What about the Saturday before Christmas?
Yeah, OK, you've got yourself a date. Now, can I have the phone, please? Hello. Yeah, all right, Ted. How are you doing, mate? Of course you're invited. Yeah, what else can I do for you, mate? Well, he's left the ladders and the bucket. Well, where's little Jimmy? Yeah, all right, Ted. I'll nip round and sort it out in a minute. Yeah, thanks for letting me know, mate. Ta-ra now.
What's up, love?
That was one of the customers off me window round. Little Jimmy's left the ladder and bucket in his garden. Do you mind waiting here while I go and sort it out?
No, of course not. Listen, our little Jimmy's probably gone for his break, that's all.
Yeah, probably. Well, whatever he's done, if he's let me down, I'm going to end up having to look after this place and do the window round as well.
What are you doing here? Did you have to tunnel your way out of the house?
This isn't a social call.
What do you mean this isn't a social call? Don't be so formal and stuffy. This is me you're talking to.
We've got to go and talk to Jules.
No way. Not after last night. We'll only make matters worse.
We can't just leave it like this. I mean, what's she going to do next? She could talk to someone. Have you thought of that?
Well, of course I've thought about it. I'm not stupid. But who would she tell?
The police. Who do you think? And what we've been doing is illegal, you know.
Why would she tell the police? It doesn't make sense.
Because we've really hurt her. Because she knows what we've done is wrong and she thinks we should be stopping her from doing it again.
Well, you don't think that, do you? Anyway, if she did start blabbing about it, why should anyone believe her? They'll think she's doing it out of spite because you dumped her.
Come on, who's going to make up a story like this?
Well, someone who's being vindictive because she wants revenge.
Jules isn't like that.
Maybe not, but that's how it would look. Anyway, she'd never risk telling anyone. Why would she want to put herself through all that embarrassment and humiliation?
I don't know, but I'm not going to take the chance. I mean, she was in such a state last night, George. I've never seen her that angry. I'm telling you, if we don't go round there and talk to her, she's going to drop us right in it.
Oh, you're on.
Hi, love.
Oh, it's just blowing about out there. I feel I should be wearing a mask or something.
Yeah, well, it'll all be sorted out soon. Mind you, I don't suppose I'll hear you complaining when you sat in that poncy new cafe bar drinking your cappuccino, will I?
Bev got you slaving over the hot till, has she?
Yeah, she's got off down the job centre.
Oh, boy. Don't tell me you finally had the sense to give her the sack. I told you should have got me in here as manager.
Oh, no. She only wants an assistant now, if you please. In other words, someone to do all the work while she swans around playing at being Lady Muck. What can I get you?
I don't really need anything, Kim. Oh, we are. I'll just stop these two. I'm only killing time till my shift starts at the petrol station. See, it's come to this. Me hanging around the parade, because anywhere's better than being his own.
Still having problems, eh?
The atmosphere's terrible, Ron. Our little Jimmy's a mixed-up lad, God help him. I mean, Jimmy's doing everything he can, you know, to sort it all out, but...
The pair of them have really put you through it, haven't they, girl?
I shouldn't complain. I'm really proud of Jimmy, you know, the way he's changed over the last few months. And it can't have been easy for him, can it? Putting his past behind him like that.
Yeah, well, I know I haven't got a lot of time for your fella, but credit where credit's due. He has made a bit of an effort, hasn't he?
I know he has. But to be honest, I'm wondering how long it can last. It's just not like him.
I thought he was doing all right.
I just keep thinking all it's going to take is one moment of weakness, and then he'll just chuck it all away, and we'll be right back to square one.
He must be on pins wondering what he's going to do next, eh?
I bet people around here think I'm mental, don't they? Going back to him time after time.
Yeah, but it's nobody else's business, is it, Jack?
Last time I left him, you know, I made up my mind that this time I was gone for good. I was doing all right, making a life for myself, and then everything changed when Mike and Lindsay were in Thailand. Then when I got Lindsay back, all I wanted to do was look after her, give her a proper home, you know, somewhere where she'd feel safe and secure, and then it felt right staying.
Yeah, well, can't say I blame you, love. I mean, you put your kids first, don't you, when something like that happens?
I know. But I honestly thought we had a chance of a decent life together, you know, Ron. Now Jimmy's back, it's just like being in the middle of the nightmare all over again. Honest, Ron, it's like lurching from one disaster to the next.
Yeah, well, you want to think about yourself, Jack. What do you want, love?
Just because you want something, it doesn't necessarily mean you can have it, does it? It's not always for the best, is it? Especially when you've got all sorts of responsibilities and that.
No. I suppose not.
I've really enjoyed spending time with you, you know.
It's same here. The only thing is, Jack, I think I'm getting to enjoy our little outings just a little too much, if you know what I mean.
I know exactly what you mean. Which is why we've got to stop.
Yeah, well, I thought you might say that. Trouble is, you're right. But it's not always easy, is it, Jack? Doing the right thing.
You two have got a nerve, haven't you, coming here?
We just wanted to make sure you were okay.
You mean you wanted to make sure you two were okay? I bet you've come round here to tell me to keep my mouth shut, haven't you? Jules, this is really difficult. I know we're not really in a position to ask you to do anything for us, but if you could just do right.
Look, I'm really sorry you got caught up in all this.
It's a bit late for all that now, isn't it? You think you can come round here and soft-soap me into doing what you say? Well, you can forget it. What you've done is unforgivable. It's unnatural and evil, and everyone should know about it. I'm going to tell the police, the papers, everyone. I'm going to ruin your lives, just like you've ruined mine.
All right, Sin. Branching out, are you? Expanding the old business empire?
What are you on about?
New ladders. Nice to see someone going up in the world. Mind you, there's a price to pay for success, isn't there, eh? I know our Jimmy would do you proud. Bro, you in that much new business, got to get out and do a bit yourself, have you?
These are my old ladders. The ladders that your useless son dumped in someone's garden before he did a runner.
You what?
One of my old customers rang me. Told me that little Jimmy had done a runner.
Oh, Sin, sorry. Look, he told me he wasn't feeling well this morning. I thought he was swinging the lead. Told him to get out to work pronto. I'm sorry, mate. I should have listened to him.
Yeah, well, you can save your excuses, Jimmy, because I'm not interested. I stuck me neck out for your lad. I must have been out of my mind.
Come on, Sin. This job, it means the world to him. Can't you give him a chance to explain?
All right, then. Where is he?
Well, I don't know. Look, I'll go and find him. All right. Where'd you say he left these?
Portland Road.
Right. I'll find him, OK?
Yeah, and when you do, you can tell him from me that he better have a good reason for doing this. I didn't spend years building up my wind around to have it chucked away by your wasted of a son.
So, been going on for long, this?
Look, none of this matters now, Jules. It's all in the past.
Was she the first person you did it with? Oh, that's romantic, isn't it? You lost it to your sister. Not many men can say that, can they?
No, they can't. Do you think I wanted to fall in love with my brother? This is an impossible situation.
What do you expect? Sympathy? Did you do it in here? In our bed?
Of course not.
That's where you were on our wedding night, wasn't it? I bet that was the ultimate thrill for the pair of you, sleeping with her when you should have been with me.
Why are you doing this to yourself? Come on, Nat, this is pointless.
Before you go, just tell me one last thing. Are you two still a couple?
Come on, Nat.
Are you still having sex together?
No, we're not. It's over.
Is it? The police are going to want to know all the details, aren't they?
Jules, look, please don't say anything. This doesn't have to go any further.
You didn't really imagine you would ever get away with this, did you?
Look, I can understand you wanting to hurt me and Nat, but what about the rest of the family? They don't deserve this.
Don't give me all that emotional blackmail crap. I'm going to make sure you two get what you deserve. And if you think I've been hard on you, wait till the newspapers get hold of you. They're going to have a field day. Now get out. You make me sick. I never want to clap eyes on either of you ever again.
You haven't seen a fellow in a black leather coat, skinhead with cuts on his face, have you?
Sorry, no.
Oh, thanks.
Hey, you. That's sexual harassment. You can do you for that.
Hiya.
Well, I don't know what you're on, but have you got any going spare for me?
Me and Sinbad have just named the day.
Oh, brilliant.
21st December it is.
Oh, you don't want a Christmas wedding? Better on skin. You won't get any posh prezzies.
Yeah, well, I'm not doing it for the prezzies, am I? I'm doing it for love.
Oh, isn't that sweet?
Just nipping over to the garage tonight to get some mags to get a few ideas for the big day.
I'm quite content to live over the brush for now. Will you ever plan a family?
Oh, I don't think so. I haven't given that any thought.
I think about it all the time. Me and Ron are trying for another baby.
Are you? Oh, the best of luck.
Might even try some of those fertility pills. Hey, I could tell me stories to the papers.
What nightmare, eh? Hey, I don't think they hand those pills out like Smarties, you know.
More's the pity. Anyway, let's get back to soft lad. Said it'd only be an hour. Been gone forever.
Oh, see ya.
Oh, at last. Where the hell have you been?
You know where I've been? The job centre.
Bev, you asked me to look after the place for a couple of hours, not all day.
Ron, there is more to life than being stood behind that hill every day. Anyway, don't be nasty to me. I've brought you something.
Have you?
Never say I don't give you anything.
What the hell's this?
Buckwheat, isn't it? It's an aphrodisiac.
Do I eat it or rub it on?
Don't be sarcastic, you. You should be grateful. We need all the help we can in that department.
Afternoon, Squire.
See, they're still working out there. The parade's absolutely filthy, Ron. It's a damn disgrace. I'm going to have to speak to Terry, see if he can't have a word with Mr. J.C. Bradley and get his people to tidy up properly after themselves.
Yeah, well, I'm sure this slight inconvenience is a small price to pay for a bigger and better club. I mean, after all, you over 55s and never out the gaff, are you?
wouldn't put it quite like that, Ron.
Take no notice of him, Bing. He's biased ever since his big-pocketed daughter invested some money in it.
Nothing wrong with the girl trying to make something of herself.
Look, I'm all for promoting the entrepreneurial spirit, Ron, but the fact of the matter is that we pedestrians have lost our right of way. It's downright dangerous. You can't expect people to walk the long way round with no sort of footpath. It'll only be a matter of time before there's a serious accident.
You're right. I nearly got run over by a big truck just then. Scared the life out of me.
All right, Beverly.
I'm surprised at that Terry Sullivan. I mean, you think he'd be a bit more sensitive, don't you? With his own son coming to a sticky end round here.
Well, I'm afraid the bad news is that we have no rights whatsoever because it hasn't been a public footpath for the requisite number of years. It seems that the powers that be can do what they like.
Well, you can't stand in the way of progress, Bing.
Cheers.
What are you doing, Jimmy?
You're high as a kite, aren't you? What on? Heroin?
What do you think? There's not a feeling like it, Dad. I feel great.
Stupid or something, Jimmy. You were told not to take smack on top of your script. Don't you realise how dangerous it could be? Could have killed yourself, you stupid little get.
What do I care, eh? What have I got to live for anyway now?
What am I going to do with you, son? I thought you'd really cracked it. I did. Now look at the state of you. Come on, lad, on your feet. You and me better go for a little walk, hadn't we? So you can talk some sense. Can't let your mother see you like this. Otherwise there'll be the pair of us out on our ear. Come on.
So this is it then? You want us to finish?
I don't know. Yeah, I suppose so.
And is that your idea of a decent way to tell me? You just blurt it out in front of Jules?
Look, I'm sorry, all right? She caught me out with those questions and everything. I said it without thinking.
You didn't think to tell me first. You're a thoughtless.
Look, don't start having a go at me, all right? We knew this had to end sometime. I mean, come on, what chance have we got of living happily ever after?
So you mean to tell me we've been through all this hassle? Put Mum and Dad through all this pain for absolutely nothing? Dad, what are you doing here?
I called the uni. They told me Nat was ill.
But
Oh,
Daddy...
please don't insult my intelligence by pretending he's not here. Why are you making matters worse? Why can't you just respect mine and your mother's wishes?
Look, Dad, we had to get together for a reason, all right? We had some important stuff we had to talk about.
You know perfectly well either of you can talk to me or your mother.
But that's just it. We can't, can we? Every time I mention anything to do with this mess to Mum, she goes ape. And I just end up feeling guilty again. That's the only person I can talk to about it.
Look, we've created this problem, all right? It's up to us to sort it out.
I can understand that this puts pressure on you. But can you look me in the eye and tell me all you're doing is talking? We're not keeping you apart just for the hell of it, you know. It's because we can't trust you to behave discreetly. If you carry on having a physical relationship, someone is going to find out. Is that what you want?
Yeah, well, it's too late. Jules knows. She's found out. And she wants revenge. She wants to make us suffer. There's no way she's going to keep this to herself.
They've spent the last 7 days on the run. In just a few minutes, 3 teams will find out how close they are to capture. Wanted is next on 4.